Hi again, guys. Spec here, doing my normal content that is completely the same as it always is. Alright, I'm dropping this bit early on. I just need to business expense the Clyde hoodie, and this is the easiest way. Today we're going to be looking at some r/choosingbeggars. It's been about 7 years since I last looked at this subreddit on this channel, or any others really. So I figured with my epic demon hordes that I purchased for $60, I can hop on here and see what the hubbub is all about. If you guys enjoy, this card at the end will take you to another video like this, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an upload. If you don't know who Spec is, don't worry about it too hard. Someone, give my kids an Xbox and/or a PlayStation. Incoming vent, I hate to sound ungrateful. Those are usually the words someone says when they've either been profoundly disserviced and have some of the best reasoning in the world to like want to light it on fire that I've ever seen, or someone who's about to sound very ungrateful. But I feel like I wasted my time going to a toy drive today with my 5 kids. They wouldn't deliver toys to us, so we had to bus it down there. Okay, I'm not seeing a complaint yet. It's just like a minor inconvenience that they got around anyways. Each child was able to pick out 2 toys. 10 toys is a lot for one family, but even still, every kid, no matter where they come from, deserves it a little. My kids have been begging for a PlayStation or Xbox, and I figured they would have them. I mean, it's Christmas. Dude, stores you can buy and pay full price for consoles usually don't have them in stock around Christmas. They didn't have it when the consoles first launched. They didn't have it when there was a silicon shortage in Taiwan. They had a bunch of Dollar Tree toys. Yeah, that seems a lot more like it would be in the price range of somebody giving away toys for free. My kids don't even want what they got. Well, it seems like you should be scolding your kids, otherwise you're gonna put them on r/choosingbeggars. I just feel like if these people would try harder, more kids can get a toy that they actually want. I mean, if every kid wants a PlayStation, then no, they won't get that. There's not enough PlayStations to go around for adults with jobs. It's unfortunate that now I have to come up with the money to buy them a PlayStation to share. Happy Sunday. So you're telling me that you were going to the toy drive to get your kids a bunch of free toys, and then you are still going to scrounge together the money to get them a collective PS5 as a gift? Like, listen, I understand as a parent that, like, Xboxes and PlayStations are made of plastic, which toys usually are, but what's really inside of those things are silicon. They are competing with the things that are currently propping up the entire United States economy. The guys who make the chips for those are competing with AI companies that want to take all the silicon and are driving up the prices to make chips in general. Like, I get it. Sony markets their shit as like a toy that you can buy for your kids because it'll get parents to buy it. You're talking about an incredibly efficient computer. That shit was never gonna work out, big dog. I'm so sorry. I thought this group would appreciate this. Single mom of 8 needs iPhone 16, 256,000 gigabytes. See, this doesn't even seem like someone's being a choosing beggar. It's just like saying it into the void. Like maybe they were implying they'd buy a used one off of someone. An iPhone 16's like a year or 2 behind now. Maybe there's like a person with fat stacks that's willing to just buy the new iPhone every year, that's willing to part with their old one for a discount. Then this fucking guy comes in out of nowhere. Single mom of 8? Close your legs and get a Samsung! Why the fuck did you even join this group? To upset people. And I love how they've just cut off like all of the names and most of the context of like this guy's actual message. Like he's only here to say, I just want to make your day a little bit worse. Is that such a bad thing? Ah, shucks. I have a bunch of 128 gigabyte iPhone 16s I was looking to give away. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Good luck on baby number 9 to round out the starting lineup of your baseball team. Listen, if you're like dating someone and you both have like freak genetics, like things that would optimize a potential child you guys have as just being great at one particular sport, I don't think it's necessarily a bad investment or idea to keep trying until you get one who turns out to be the freak of nature that you've been looking for. Have you guys heard the story of how Yao Ming was conceived? Gigantic basketball player. The Chinese government literally found the 2 tallest people they could, made them fuck, and Yao Ming came out, and it worked. So it's like, it's not like there hasn't been a proof of concept. I don't know about the ethics, I'm just talking about like risk reward. We're not looking at a zero-sum game. I think I used all of those terms incredibly incorrectly. My restaurant's genius way of deterring choosing beggars. I used to work in a restaurant that would be visited by beggars asking for free food up to 20 times a day. That's a fucking lot, man. You must have just had a poppin' spot. We were only open from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., so you can imagine how much of a hassle this was, especially considering some of them wouldn't take no for an answer until we threatened to trespass them. I mean, hey, at least you had one method that seemed to work every now and then. When it was brought to the attention of the owner, he shrugged and simply said, why don't you just tell them that we only have vegan dishes to offer? That usually deters them. We didn't believe that it would work, but we tried it anyways. Genuinely believe there's a large amount of people out there who would rather starve than go vegan, even if it meant they'd have something to eat for free. Spoiler alert, it worked pretty well. For the remaining time I worked there, we saw the number of beggars fall from the double figures to less than half a dozen per week. I hope this comes with the caveat that if they accepted the vegan dishes, you didn't hesitate to give it to them, right? Because like the issue here is when the beggar is trying to choose, but they're not being choosy. They're accepting what you're offering them. I just hope you aren't lying about the proposition. Sure, I had to deal with people cuss me out for only being able to offer steamed broccoli and carrots with tempeh, but it'd be a one-time thing and I'd never see them again. So yeah, if you ever encounter someone demanding something and not taking no for an answer, simply offer them something less than what they expected if you'd have said yes. I actually think we have a few more examples that I've lined up in here of that exact thing happening. A restaurant here in Rio has a rule. It will give absolutely nothing during open hours. 30 to 40 minutes after closing, a queue forms outside the restaurant with dozens of homeless, and they hand out everything left over from the day packaged to go. I've seen homeless people wander there during open hours and be intercepted by other homeless who told them the rules and when to come back. I mean, that's like a pretty humane solution to the issue if it's like getting in the way of like actual business and the ability to sustain the restaurant. Or also like reducing on food waste. That's pretty cool. It's also unfortunately extremely risky. Anything goes wrong and the US legal system allows them to sue. That's a common misconception, but unless you purposefully tampered with the food and knew it was bad, you cannot get sued for donating food. I've seen people get hounded by like law enforcement for trying to donate food though. I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert on like the local and national laws about distributing food in places. Like this comment said, it was in Rio that they did. It's just cool that they were able to figure something out for that location specifically. Obviously, a solution to the issue looks different, depending on where you are. Tonight, I met the anti-beggar. Oh my god. Probably a very rare occurrence for this subreddit. I didn't know where else to put this, so I thought it might be a feel-good story for Valentine's Day. On the way home from work tonight, there's a corner store I sometimes stop at to grab things. It's on the border of a pretty affluent neighborhood, so I never see anybody hanging around outside / begging. Majority of my life around stores where you have to run a gauntlet of people asking you for change before you can get inside. This place never has that. As I was walking to a store, there was a guy standing outside smoking a cigarette, and he didn't say anything to me, so I assumed he was waiting for someone inside the store. When I came out and passed him, he asked, "Do you have a couple dollars you can spare?" Ah, shit. I said no, I don't have cash on me, which was true. But once I got in my car, I remembered I had $3 in the pocket of my bag, so I was like, what the hell? It's Valentine's Day. Honestly, I'm not even saying that's something I wouldn't do if I found myself in the position. I just think like my attention span is so terrible that I wouldn't even remember that the cash is at all relevant to an interaction I had 5 seconds ago. I got out and walked over and handed it to him. He honestly seemed surprised and said, "Just so you know, I'm gonna go inside and buy a beer with this." I said, "Man, I don't care. It's all good. Have a good one." Okay, based as fuck. Like, you know what? I gave the cash to you willingly, and you told me exactly what you were gonna do. Fair is fair. I went back to my car, did something on my phone, and started pulling out. He came out of the store, approached my car, and I was like, fuck, he's gonna ask for more, and cautiously put my window down. Man handed me $1 back and said, "The beer was only $2. Thank you." I was so stunned, I couldn't respond, and I was like, "Just keep the $1, man." But he shook his head and started walking. "Thanks for being kind. Happy Valentine's." Dude, that's your Valentine now. That's a keeper. That's like I don't want to say positive experience because it's still probably between you and a guy who's like on the outs of life and having a tough time, but like a stand-up individual given the circumstances, you know? I want to look at less homeless people who are in dire straits who like I can't know the entire internal lives and history of. Then I'm going to try and focus this video back on people who are just being fucking choosers. I'm looking for horse supplies. I'm getting 2 horses in May and will need everything. I'm a single mom fulfilling a dream. If you know anyone that has extra or unused items, let me know. You know, there's probably like a non-zero amount of people in the Facebook group Alaska Horse Folks who see someone getting into the hobby and trying to do it earnestly that like wouldn't be against, you know, giving you a leg up. But I'm gonna be honest, I just don't think this is a great pitch if you're trying to like appeal to those people. Yeah, I can afford to get 2 horses, or unless you're getting them inherited, in which case I guess that's different. If that's true, then you probably should have put that in the post, you know, do a little sympathy baiting. You already tried it with the single mom fulfilling a dream thing. So if it's true, you might as well double whammy, you know, stack your multipliers to see if it'll get you more sympathy and attention. Gave away free furniture and got a lecture about my color choice from the taker. Okay, I haven't read the post yet, but imagine you're giving something away for free. But not only does someone take it, like they are also choosing the same color that you did, but they make fun of you for the furniture choice that they are now making themselves. I recently moved and decided to give away my barely used sofa for free on a local free stuff group. A woman messaged me, super excited, saying she desperately needed it. She shows up, inspects it, then goes, "Ooh, I don't like this beige color." Wait a second. I thought we were gonna be looking at like a neon green ass couch, but a beige color is perfectly neutral for most interior standard homes. Didn't you have bought something in gray or navy? I just really like the interior design of every single Airbnb I've ever stayed in. Those are trending right now. Lady, this is free. I'm literally saving you hundreds of dollars. She continued to nitpick the cushions, the fabric, and even asked if I could throw in a coffee table to match, all while paying me exactly $0. I was so flabbergasted, I just kind of stood there. You can always paint it if you want. She actually responded, it's too much work. Maybe I'll just wait for someone else's free one. Then she just left. I honestly can't wrap my head around the entitlement. And hey, there it goes again. Someone asks, you offer, but like they're getting less than what they wanted in their ideal circumstance, and they're like, I'm moving on. And you know, to an extent, I can see the lady's point of view because there's a good chance you can find like a free gray or navy couch down the line if you just wait a bit. But like you can see the color of the fucking couch on the listing. Why did you wait till you saw it in person? Did you think like the hex code was off just a little bit and that maybe it would be different in the light? I don't know, man. That's just boggling my mind. So you need a house, and be quick. I want a free house in Springfield where the Simpsons live. And you know, with that context, I can absolutely see this being the plot of one of the episodes. I'm going to try this again. Oh, this is not their first rodeo trying to get this proposition done. I need to move because my landlord being a bitch and accusing me of having bugs when I don't. I mean, isn't that like a thing that the landlord is responsible for? Like if there's bugs or termites, they're like respectful. Assuming like you don't live in a biohazard of an apartment, like doesn't that become their responsibility? I need someone to pick me up or help me pay for a U-Haul in either a house or help pay for a hotel. If you can buy me a house and move me without a lot questions and is in Springfield and can help me now or tomorrow to move, then text me. But if you want to waste my time to just text to ask for pics or ask if I rent, I'll block you. Wait, is this like a Craigslist listing for something they say they're offering? What could possibly be in good condition? The thing I'm asking you to do for me, I want to be in good condition? Like, lady, if someone was giving you like a 1997 beater of a car, like a shit box to live in, because you're about to go homeless from your landlord, that's like a step up from where you were about to be. Damn, I'm like just genuinely flabbergasted by that. It's free if you can pick it up. Hi, is this available? Yep, it's our front and the curb. That's like a pretty standard thing. It's like first come, first serve. Whoever grabs it and loads it up in their truck gets to keep it. I have no way to get to you, okay? But what do you want me to do about it? Pick you up? The shit's free, man. What do you want? Send me TV options and deliver the one I want to my house. Hey guys, does anyone know where I can get a free TV that must have a remote and wires, and it has to be 54 inches? Please send pictures and when you can deliver, and I'll pick one. One of you lucky suitors out there will be able to give me a free 54-inch TV. I'm sorry, do you know how big a 54-inch TV is? For reference, I'm 65 inches tall. The diameter of this thing is about 85% as long as I am tall. You want a Kwite-sized TV in your home, and you want multiple choice on it, and you want it for free. And you want the person who's giving it to you to deliver it. That's crazy, man. I'm in a few but nothing groups in my city, and this person has posted several times asking for a 54-inch TV or better and wants to choose from a selection. Like, I dunk on some of these choosing beggars for, you know, begging while choosing, but statistically speaking, one of these guys had to have gotten the deal that they wanted, like, somewhere along the line, right? Like, statistically, there was one sucker who, like, went through with it, or who just really wanted to get rid of something that fit all the specifications of a guy who really wanted the thing they were getting rid of. I can imagine the guy who gives the protagonist of a creepypasta some shit for free would be like the target market that sees these things on a Facebook group and says, yeah, I got just the thing, bud. Hey, I can't believe how many different people there are that are asking for genuinely free houses, but at least up till now, it was like mostly people who were in some form of dire straits were like, listen, I'm about to go homeless, I could really use a place to shack up. Wanted. Owner financed home with land and zoned us to raise livestock in Louisiana. Like, are you starting like a small farm on there? We want to stay within about an hour's drive from the ocean. My husband lives to fish. Okay. We'd like to be near a decent sized city for must-haves, hospital and job opportunities. But other than that, we really just want the country lifestyle and to raise our own veggies and livestock. Our price range is almost $500 a month, give or take a little, with down payment and deposit being roughly the same. Dude, you're not gonna find like any property with that cost, like in this day and age, like anywhere. Fuck amenities, like at all. Also, here's an AI-generated picture I made to make me stand out more. Am I supposed to imagine you as the kind of person that's in this? I just feel so convinced to do everything you're asking of me right this instant. Wow, I'm grateful for the help I did get. However, my Christmas is so small this year. I am thankful, but this is depressing compared to prior years. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, how many people are these gifts being divided between that this isn't a lot of presents? Like, what a person is still like a Christmas worth celebrating. It means you had the access just to give to people you cared about. Isn't that, like, come on. This woman I know has 6 kids. Her ex left her 2 years ago, and she's been struggling as a single mom. Again, I'm always gonna empathize with single parents no matter what. Even if they're being, like, a little picky choosy, there's still a part of me that, like, has compassion for their station in life. Still, she was posting a lot on Facebook about how hard it's been supporting her kids and how she hates Christmas because she can't afford to get her kids presents. The community rallied together and got her kids a bunch of presents, and then she posts this. Dude, like, that's fucking bad. Like, this was like a genuine community good faith effort that, like, you're just throwing back in their faces. Let's try this again. I'm in need of 2 young men that understands hard work, 10 per hour, paid daily or by the week. I want you guys to work hard for just barely above federal minimum wage. Like, this is the thing. Even states whose minimum wage has not been raised beyond the federal minimum wage, even entry-level jobs are still offering, like, somewhere around, like, $10 an hour. The last time I had to work, like, a fast food job, 2017, and I was making, like, $8.25. 10 for, like, the work that you're about to see described? Like, this is hard physical labor. Like, this is not some shit you should be snubbing people on, unless the labor you're getting is, like, slightly illegal from people who are willing to just take anything. And even then, that's still shitty. If you're not a man yet ready to support your family or just yourself, do not contact me. I hired 2 guys yesterday, and neither showed up this morning. I mean, did they spend like a day doing the work and then realize like how shit the deal was? Work starts at 6 a.m. slow time. Must be drug-free. I can only assume you're going to test them for that. Must have transportation. Must have hammer, work gloves, and a cooler. You're not providing any of that shit for them? Must show up for work the day after you're hired? Okay, bud. Okay. Yeah, that's a reasonable expectation for what you're asking of them. The only thing that like really enamors me here is like, why require a cooler? It's like, I want some bros who know to have a cooler to keep some cold brewskis in while they're on the job. None of that pussy sober living shit, none of that on my work lot. Not allowed to smoke crack or smoke weed, but you are going to be tipsy the entire workday. Do you understand? Oh my god. Buy nothing, no rules. I am wondering if anyone has an extra house that they could gift me. I could pay the taxes on it. I mean, like, if the ownership isn't going to their name, like, and like someone pays the added taxes on top, and I'm not using it, that's probably gonna make more money by being a landlord, but it's not nothing. I would like at least a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home. 1 level with a 2-car garage would be preferred. My rent keeps going up every year, and it's getting harder and harder to make it. Yep, I mean, welcome to the fucking American reality, dude. Fuck. I don't got motion like that anymore. I don't like seeing my rent money go up. I don't think anybody does. I am old, so I am unable to do any work on the house, so turnkey would be a bonus. Hello. Does anyone have a portable gaming console with games that they can drop off? And I would be eternally grateful. Why does it have to be portable if you can't even leave the house to pick it up? I'm sorry, like, are you telling me you have flights you're gonna go on with that portable game console? But you can't afford the console itself? Here's a cracked 3DS with a bunch of emulated games on it. Go wild. Enjoy it on none of the vacations you're gonna end up going on. Oh my god, I think that's all I had in my system. Thanks to Posture for the hoodie, and to y'all for watching. If you enjoyed, that card I mentioned should be on screen now. Anyways, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see y'all next time.